What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Good afternoon, each and everyone here watching us live. We are back again. Yes, we are back again. Let me change this here in a minute. We are back again live. All right, sorry about that. We are back again on Blueclouds Media YouTube channel, and the show name is Football Minutes. We are back again after a few, a week break of sports broadcasting this platform. We were down for about a week, but I explain later as time goes on. Chelsea transfer news, as it won't stop. Every day, every hour, every second, the news keep popping up from social media platforms. Ben Shakeup, the Fabrizio Romanos, and all the David Ornstein's always putting up news regarding Chelsea FC. We've seen Strasbourg making deals. We've seen Chelsea pulling out players. One is going to the left, where the left-footed player is going to the right-footed player is going to the left, whichever way it is. Chelsea and Strasbourg are striking deals. Just yesterday, I made a shot regarding Chelsea making Strasbourg or Chelsea making a move for I think US international, either left back. I can't remember the exact position. I think a left back, which I'm making news about. Hasn't made his move to Strasbourg. He'll be there, and he has signed a 6-year contract with the football club. If things go so well for him, he might end up seeing himself joining Chelsea. So lots of players. Also, we've seen players coming through the door already. We've seen Tosi going in. We've also seen McGee from Barcelona. There are other more players linked to the football club. Preseason is just around the corner. Are you really excited to join the boys, see who is really ready for the preseason games? We won't see Cole Palmer for a while. Cole Palmer, Conor Gallagher, who are with the Three Lions International, competition, so we won't see them in a while. But we got almost all the players back in Cobham. We saw yesterday the unveiling of Enzo Maresca. We saw him yesterday. Did you listen to the interview? What did you make from the interview? We'll sit down here today. We'll get into details of what this man is really all about and how intelligent and brilliant he is. He says something that it really needs some attention on our platform. We're going to get into it deeply. So, yes, we've seen lots of players being linked, going on loan. It looks like Alfie Gilchrist will be going on loan. I think he really deserves to be on loan. He doesn't need to be on the. He's way better than being on the on the bench. So him going alone will help his development. We'll also talk about player development as we are here. We'll also talk about Castledine. Castledine also maybe he might leave the football club and join an Italian giant. Also, we'll be talking about Conor Gallagher. Latest report says he's on his move to Atletico Madrid. Will he come on or? It's whether he's gonna come on or not. We yet to see whether that move will really happen. And details, we're gonna get in details of the loan move, how much Atletico Madrid and Chelsea asking for Atletico Madrid wages and all that. Will Gallagher make his move to abroad? And also we're gonna talk about Kepa Arrizabalaga report coming from Blueclouds saying that Kepa Arrizabalaga is definitely going to be on his way out to the football club this summer. He hasn't really helped himself. He went to from number 1 to all the way to number 3. What is this? So Kepa Arrizabalaga is also another one. Then the latest of all news regarding players being linked with Chelsea is Karim Adeyemi. You guys know that sensational player. That's Kepa's on that left hand side. He was a menace of a player when we went to play Borussia Dortmund here in Germany in the Champions League under either Graham Potter or under Frank Lampard. I think Graham Potter. Yeah, he did that magic against Chelsea. But yeah, Chelsea eliminated them in the second leg at Stamford Bridge. So we'll be talking about Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi. Does it really fit? Does it really fit Chelsea plan? And would it even fit in Chelsea's formation? Where would you place Karim Adeyemi? So something that we'll be talking about. So lots of topics to digest, to talk about today on this platform. Just as you know, my name is Nick Zion. Stephen G is right down there. There's a lot more we're going to talk about as Stephen G join me here in a second. So stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a second. Welcome back, beautiful people. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Football Minutes Live, brought to you by Blueclouds Media YouTube channel and your host Stephen G and Stephen G Any, bringing you the latest transfer rumors and development of Chelsea news. Players are all back in Carbon. We've seen them training. The likes of Modric, Nicholas Jackson have all traveled from their various countries back home, South America. It looks like we're not going to see Caicedo either for a while because the Copa America is still ongoing. Then Euro 2024, England is still in contention, although they don't play very, very well. But it looks like the most important thing that is needed in football is to win, and they are doing the job right. So would you fault Gary Southgate? And that's another topic that we will get into it later on as time goes on. So let me welcome my brother, Stephen G. Stephen, welcome again, and let me know what your day is like today.
Oh, day's been good, bro. I can't complain. We've got typical British weather the last 5 days now.
Yeah.
But I prefer it that way to it being boiling hot, so I can't really complain about
that. Great. It's always a pleasure. Nice to have you here as my co-pilot, taking over the plane when I'm down. All right, I really apologize, guys. I was out. I was gone for a period of a week. And the reason that, let me tell you this. Let me say it before we get into nitty-gritty of the main today's topic. I want to say big up to Maya, big up to DJ Saab, big up to Gula Mustafa. Big up to everyone. Those that were concerned, they were worried. Where is Knee? Why is Knee bringing out ship? I was being suspended from YouTube for a week because one, I uploaded a video and the video looks funny to me, but the details of the video, the language of the video, I did not understand it. So when I uploaded the video, it looks funny, and I'm sure you guys will even like it. But according to the video, the language in the video was like a abused language and target language to the one in the picture. You get what I'm saying? It's an Arabic language, but I did not understand Arabic. So I posted it for fun, but YouTube took it the other way, and I understand why they did that. So that's why I was gone for a week. But I'm glad that YouTube has released me. I'm now free. I'm now free, man, to do what I want to do again. But I have to be very, very careful because YouTube, if it happened again, I'll be gone for 2 weeks. And if it happened again, YouTube would take my channel down. So that's why I couldn't stream for by a week period. But big up to everyone that was asking and worried about what is going on with the channel. But big up to you, Maya. Maya said, big up to Nee Zion himself, and Stephen G is also here. You are back. Absolutely, I am. Thank you for your care, Maya. Thank you very, very much for action of what is going on. At least people are looking after me. Yeah, they're really, really checking on me. Gulam Mustafa says, big up Nee and Steven. Finally, you are back at streaming. Absolutely. And I know you know the story. So yeah, I'm glad I'm back over here again. DJ Saab said, Lavia, James, Fofana, all back, and new players look like they gelled well with the new squad, with also the Enzo Morales guy is doing magic. I see some magic on the pitch the other day on training ground the other day. Great to see you back. Absolutely, I'm back again. Thank you very much, DJ. Thank you very much, Stephen. You've seen lots of trending news. Let's start from Alfie Gilchrist, Stephen. Gilchrist, Matos, Castledine. Let's talk about this loan move and what this loan move will really do for these young players, Stephen.
So Gilchrist and who else did you say?
Castledine and then Matos. Matos. Is it Matos?
Alex Matos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go Gilchrist first, right? So let me first outline what the whole loaning rules thing is, right?
Yeah.
So within the last few years, they've put a limit on how many international loans you can have, is in how many you can loan out, right? International, other clubs outside of your country. So I presume you're getting your notepad so you can make
getting my notepad to write things. Always getting it ready, right things down.
Okay, so what the rules are essentially is you get 6 international loans, right? Chelsea is signing Anselmino from Boca Juniors, and I think it's Wiley or something, the Atalanta.
Wally.
Something like that. And he's going to go on loan to Strasbourg, right? So that's 2 international loans used up already, which leaves us with 4, right?
And is that player a Strasbourg signing or is he a Chelsea signing?
No, Chelsea and then loan to Strasbourg. Okay. So that's 2 international loans used up already, which leaves us with 4, right?
Yeah.
Now this is why I'm explaining this. If we was to send Gilchrist on loan abroad, yeah, he would not count as one of them 4. Because within these rules where they've capped how many international loans you can have, there's basically what it says is that if the player is homegrown at your club, so been at your club for 3 years between the ages of 15 and 21, yeah, they will not count towards those 6 international loans. So if we send Gilchrist to, say, the Bundesliga, he will not count as one of those loan spots, international loan spots. The same way we sent Bashir Humphreys to, I think it was Germany last season. Bashir Humphreys wouldn't have counted because he's been here for like 3 years between 15 and 21 years old. So he wouldn't have counted towards that. They've got to be under 21 and homegrown between 3 years 15 to 21 at your club.
They should be at the football club at least 3 years.
So for them to not count, they have to be under 21.
Okay.
And homegrown in terms of being at your club for 3 years between the ages of 15 and 21, if I remember correctly. So Gilchrist, for example, would not count towards those 6. Matos, however, would, because we got Matos from Huddersfield. I think it was Huddersfield. No, Norwich. We got him from Norwich. So he's not hit the 3 years at Chelsea. So he would count as an international loan if we sent him abroad to, say, Strasbourg or another club. There's no limit on domestic loans as far as I can remember. So if we want, we can send as many players as we want from to Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two, non-league, like basically anywhere in England. There's no cap because it's domestic loans. So that's something that we need to sort of outline, something to keep an eye on. Because with these 2 signings at Anselmino and Wiley, or however you pronounce the guy's name, I think it's Wiley.
Wiley, yeah.
Those 2 would count as international loans because Anselmino's being bought and loaned back to Boca Juniors. And the left back from Atlanta is being bought by Chelsea and loaned to Strasbourg. So now we got 4 left. Hopefully, Kepa and Lukaku get sold so they don't waste them like they did last year.
You don't count either. No more loan for them. Lukaku has to be get off the book anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully we can shift them and sell them because otherwise we're going to have to loan them and waste 2 more spots on them. But yeah, so for example, Gilchrist, Castledine, off the top of my head, they're the main 2 sort of Chelsea players we've heard about that could go out on loan that have been at the club for that period of time that I was talking about. Wouldn't count towards the international loans. Because I think Gilchrist, if I'm not mistaken, is 20. So
yeah, Gilchrist is 20 years old.
Yeah, so he doesn't count towards that. But yeah, I wonder where they're going to send him on loan because I've seen some reports saying about what was that? Yeah, I've seen some reports speaking of he could go to the Championship. I've seen other reports saying about sending him on loan abroad. So I'm guessing he's got interest by teams across the world, across Europe. But I don't know what Chelsea would want to do with him. And I'm curious what your opinion is, right? Would you prefer him to go on loan to, say, a Premier League team?
Which is Gilchrist, right?
Yeah, Gilchrist.
Okay.
Would you prefer him to go on loan to a Premier League team, go on loan to a Championship team, or go to a team in another country to get experience within Europe?
Okay. That's a good question, Steven, coming from Steven G in the house. Big up to Rosie, DJ Sav. Big up to you guys. So Maya said he still have a great he has a little concern about our transfer dealings. So still have a concern about transfer dealing. Gilchrist should be on loan according to our brother Maya. Then our big sister, queen of the channel. I have 2 queens of the channel. Rosie is one of them, and I want to love you forever, who is probably busy at work. But yeah, Rosie, it's always a pleasure. Nice to see you on the platform. And guys, if you're here watching us, 9 of us watching us live, if you haven't seen our sister channel before, she does some little short things. You will love it. If you love baking, love cooking, stuff like that, you love cooking, you're going to see something from Rosie. Hop up to her channel. Shoes, you want to see some kind of a shoes for this summer to get for your wife, your girlfriend, go check Rosie's channel out. The 3 dots is right there. Click on it. It will take you straight to her platform and subscribe. Give her a subscribe. A little bit will go a long way. So big up to Rosie. She said subscribe to the platform. It is Blueclouds, the media YouTube channel. We are discussing sports, Chelsea to be precise, and whatever time we have left, we go on to other football clubs, and we discuss their topics also as well. So yes, nice to see DJ Sav, Rosie, Maya, everyone who tuning in today, and everyone watching us live on X or Twitter, whatever name you want to call it. Thank you very much, and also you can join us here on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It will hit you at all. All right, so Stephen, that was a very, very good question coming from you. And to me, this is what I think. Gilchrist doesn't deserve to be in the championship. He doesn't. Either he's been loaned to a mid-table team in the Premier League or go to abroad. And when I say abroad, I mean some specific country. Germany, to be precise. Either being loaned to Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, I'll say no because he's not going to get much game time. But Borussia Dortmund, he will. RB Leipzig, he will get game time.
I don't think he would at Dortmund.
Dortmund?
I don't think he would.
Will. But maybe RB Leipzig, some German team, maybe Wolfsburg, some German team that he can be. If you look at his statistics and where his level is, he can really rock shoulders with some of these German team and German players. I prefer he goes to Germany or some Italian team. And when I say Italian, maybe Napoli or maybe Napoli or some of that team that are doing well in the top four.
What about Frankfurt in Germany?
Frankfurt would be good.
He also then gets to play in Europa League as well.
Yeah.
So he gets some European football experience if he goes there.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's what I was doing. As you were saying, I was like, okay, I don't think he'll play at Dortmund because the options they have. So what I done as you were speaking was I went to see how their table ended last season because ideally I'd want him in European football. Wolfsburg finished 12th last year.
Yeah. I mean, that makes it.
That's why I'm saying, like, Frankfurt or Hoffenheim, for example, are in the Europa League. Heidenheim, I think is how you pronounce it, are in the qualification for the Conference League. So maybe one of them three, because then you're still playing a form of European football. And look, I haven't seen a lot of those teams, but I'd back him to at least get a decent amount of game time at those teams, especially Heidenheim. They're sort of a newer team. So you can go there, establish yourself, get the game time you need to develop, and then be evaluated when you come back.
I think any team that takes Gilchrist right now, in my opinion, will really get the best out of him because this guy knows how to fight. He has the fighting spirit. He's a good defender, center back. Yeah, you get some good, would I say, outcome from this guy being on loan. But yeah, we've discussed some loan players. DJ Sav also said that Angelo Gabriel and Diego Moreira also to loan. Are they going to loan or is Gabriel staying? It'll be very difficult right now because too many players. And I know Chelsea have been punished in the past for having too many loan players. Now it looks like we're having too many again. Angelo Gabriel, we haven't seen the best out of him after his move from the Portuguese league. Then also we didn't see much from Santos. We know how brilliant he was during preseason, but sometimes Harry will say you don't want to get overhyped with preseason performances because we saw that last season when the league started, the players did not put up that performance that we expected from them. But also you can blame that on some injuries that we're not expecting to happen, like Nkuku, one of them, who was so brilliant during preseason. But before the season started, he was down due to some certain injury. But that's what DJ Sav is saying. And he says Leverkusen will be a good loan move for Gilchrist, according to him. I agree with you, DJ. I do. I mean, I want him to go either Germany, Spain. I don't want him to go to Spain. It will change his style of football because this guy is a defender. Not that he's also good for player from the back, but it will change his style of football. Germany will be very, very very, very good for him. You do more of a running, more crosses, more header. Germany, how many of Spain? You don't. They barely cross the ball. So to get the best out of the defender, I'm not taking him to Spain, either Italy or Germany. That'll be the best place I will take my defender. So that's just by the way, we're done with the Gilchrist, some of the loan army, but there's still more loan armies we will talk about as time goes on. So yes, Stephen, are you done with all the loan armies? We were talking about the goal.
Kinda, yeah. There was one other thing I've just seen, so I wanted to get your opinion on it, right?
Yes, sir.
Chelsea haven't been linked with him for a little while now, right? But Athletic are saying Brentford want £60 million for Ivan Toney, but
For the
interested clubs believe that they might accept a number closer to 40 million.
40 million. Yeah, I've
If
read
you're
that.
Chelsea, do you go in and make an offer for Ivan Toney? And if you do, what would be your sort of opening offer, given that some believe that they might accept closer to 40 million?
Steven, this Ivan Toney move, I know sometimes when we see the numbers, we just look at the numbers, but what is the wages? What does Ivan Toney want as a wage? Is he asking for 250 at his age? And how long of a period
I'm
of
going
a
to try and find
contract
what
is it
he's
asking
currently on
for?
as you speak, then I can get back to you.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we got to put in consideration, because sometimes the transfer fee might be low, but then the asking price is ridiculous. Asking price is ridiculous. Just like when you go to Saudi Arabia. Yesterday I was reading some article, and look, Cristiano Ronaldo, the money he makes a week's about, I think, around either 10 million a week. 10 million a week. Karim Benzema, and I think the 10th most highest paid player in the world, it's Kalidou Koulibaly. Kalidou Koulibaly. Can you imagine? Igola Conte makes 1.9 million a week. Cristiano Ronaldo makes 10 million a week. Karim Benzema makes almost about 6 million a week. People are in Saudi Arabia, people are making ridiculous, crazy amount of money in that country. But anyway, Steven, yeah. Were you able
Just
to find
quickly
out?
before you continue, right?
Go ahead.
So there's a website called Capology, right?
Okay.
To do with like wages and stuff. And so apparently they've verified his wages, like they've checked it with multiple people and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Apparently he is currently on 20,000 per week at Brentford.
So I don't think Chelsea giving him 150 should be bad. It's a lot of triple his wages.
I'm
Triple his
sending
wages.
you this now. That's his gross wages as well. So that's before tax.
Thank you.
Yeah, just sent that now.
Ivan Toney gross wages for, is it Capo whatever you're saying?
Per Capology, that's
Capology.
where I got it from.
So I mean, thank you very much, Steven, for that update on Ivan Toney. I read that. I think I saw that yesterday also regarding interested clubs can go in for Ivan Toney for a fee of 40 million, because it looks like the interest is going down. And will Chelsea go in for him? I mean, I don't think Chelsea's giving a 6-year contract, and I don't see Chelsea giving Ivan Toney 6 years, Steven. How would Chelsea do this? Would they change their policy from 6 years to 3 years to Ivan Toney?
I mean, Ivan Toney, if we just sort of look at it, right? So I'm going to explain what is put down, that this website is verified as his wages and stuff, right?
Okay.
So he's currently contracted to Brentford until next summer. So he's got 12 months left on his contract, right? They have him at Brentford on 20,000 per week.
20,000 a week.
And he's 27 years old. But if you can get him for 40 million, right? That's an opportunity. But we know we've heard a lot of concerns about, say, his character and stuff like this.
Betting.
Huh?
A gambler is always a gambler. A thief will always be a thief. Yeah, let's go.
But that's one of the things that's a concern. But at the same time, right? If it's worth a gamble. Why not take it, right?
Mhm.
The only concern I have, right, is it's not about whether he's gambled or not gambled and whatnot, right? My worry on it is he's 27, he's experienced and all that. So players, despite like younger players, despite the whole gambling thing, would still look up to him, right? We have to hope if we move for him, yeah, that he doesn't have a bad influence on the younger players. That's my one concern is could that potentially happen? Otherwise, I'm for it. I mean, if you can get him for 40 million for 3 or 4 years, it's an experienced option there.
How old will Ivan Toney be when if he gets 6 years contract from Chelsea?
33 on a 6 year. That's why I said I'd do 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
because you've got that experience aspect there for a couple years,
Okay.
which does it take some of the pressure off Jackson. Like Jackson doesn't have to start week in, week out then. If Jackson's proven himself to be good enough to do that, then yeah, sure. But the weight isn't there like last season where he's got like Washington as a backup or Broyer until January till the backup as the backup, for example, right? Where
Right.
he's carrying the load on his shoulders.
Okay.
And with Nkunku out last season, we didn't even have like an emergency experienced option to take over. So that's my only concern on him is the gambling aspect.
And then some attitude issues.
Yeah. Like if what we're hearing is correct and people have concerns about that, they're the only two things I'm concerned about. As a footballer, I'm not concerned. We can all see what Ivan Toney's done as a footballer. And we can't discredit that aspect. But being an experienced player, an influential player, and having, say, character issues and stuff like that is a concern. And ideally, and this is where I always go back to the American sports, right? You know, I'm heavily into that. What they do is, and Chelsea are doing this as well. Like we've heard this on multiple players we're looking at, and including Ivan Toney, for example, that Chelsea were looking into their character. They're talking to people around them, getting to know more of the player away from the field. What are they like and stuff like that. And that's very American way of doing things. Because then you learn, okay, is this person going to fit with our culture? Is this person going to be a bad influence? Is this person going to be have a negative impact off the field for us?
Okay.
So if those concerns have come up, I don't think we'll move for him. Which, in terms of translating to on the field, would be a shame.
Thank you very much.
If those off-field concerns are there, then you obviously can't make that move.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Stephen G. That's the man over there. You can hear him. Stephen G says, Ivan Toney, no matter what you think, he's a good player. We've all seen what Toney can do on the pitch, but then there's always a red flag around Ivan Toney in terms of his attitude, gambling, addictions, and who God knows if he's really changed from those things. But we're looking at the low army at this moment. The players that have been linked with Chelsea. Adeyemi is the latest player has been linked with Chelsea at this moment. But I want to acknowledge our friends and family of each and everyone here that is tuning in to Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. Today, the show's name is Football Minutes, and we are discussing some football news over here. JC, big up to you, JC. I see you down there. Makim, my man like Makim, I see you. Says big up Nii and everybody in the chat. JC said big up to hello to Nii himself and everyone out there. Makim, big up to you. Then Lawson, Mr. Lawson, Adeta. I'm sure Adeta is a name. Probably one of my brothers from Nigeria. He says good news for Chelsea from Ghana. It says good news for Chelsea from Ghana. Big up to you, my big brother. Yes, Mr. Lawson. Yeah, I'm your brother from Ghana as well. So yeah, you're meeting another brother from Ghana. I hope Accra is safe and Accra is all in peace Big up to everyone across the length and breadth of the country, from the northern region to the east central region to the southern region, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Accra, to be precise. Big up to everyone down there. JC said I would rather sign what's his name?
Wout Weghorst, your
Van
favorite
Beekos?
player.
Hey, Van Beekos, that was with Manchester United, isn't it? That guy, I can never say his name.
He was on loan there, yeah. He's your favorite player.
Yeah, I can never say his name right. He says an impact sub, and it is vital to plan B for the team. Will be as good as Tony, and less than 10% of course, according to my brother JC. We'll talk about that, JC. Guys, we'll drop the link. Today we have an hour to end our stream today, but Van Beekos, I can say the name, but if you don't see the name, I see his name, I can pronounce it. I don't know. Van Beekos, I can say it, but when I see the name without someone saying it, then I'm stuck. Never mind. It's one of those things. Maya is just laughing at me. It's okay. Makim said Ivan Toney would have been perfect in the Roman era, according to him. To me, Stephen, when you talk about Ivan, I know we're spending so much time on Ivan Toney. The other players that we can talk about, Gallagher also heavily linked to join Atletico Madrid. Then Adeyemi also in there. Adeyemi is in the news. Also, guys, Kepa Arrizabalaga. Reports coming out today from Blueclouds, looks like he will be moving on from a football club. Hallelujah. It's something that we've been praying for forever. So, yes, Stephen, if you look at Ivan Toney, he's not a guy that can run and go into the 6-yard box and finish those chances. Ivan Toney is looking like a guy that can I don't know how to describe Ivan Toney. Is the target guy, but do you think this Chelsea is looking for a target number one who plays always his back towards the defenders? Is that kind of a striker that Chelsea is looking for? The way Enzo Marescos plays, would Ivan Toney really fit in the style? It looks like a Didier Drogba kind of a striker. But what do you think, Stephen?
I think if Chelsea do make a move for him, I think it'd be part of having two different styles of striker, right? Technically Jackson does sometimes come deeper as well, but Jackson could also run in behind if we need to go long, for example, which I don't think we'll be seeing much of, although at times that did happen at Leicester last season. At the end of the day, it kind of depends on what the opponent's doing. I think that's one of the changes he did make in a couple of games. I saw a video earlier from Maresca's, I think it's second preseason game at Leicester. Yeah. And every now and then, one of their players would hit it long over the top, which is something that Jackson would be good at. But Jackson also has good hold-up play anyway. And I'd argue Tony's quite good at that as well, to be honest.
You know the kind of strikers that I like,
not
Steven.
Two completely different players, but maybe you could argue that whilst Jackson and Tony could do a bit of hold-up play from what we've seen, maybe
the kind of strikers that I like,
better at getting behind.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the one thing that he has extra. Like, you're both okay at this, but you're better at this.
You know the kind of strikers that I like, Steven? I like the kind of strikers that you don't see them. You don't see them. All of a sudden, they pop in the 6-yard, 18, and then they score goals. Aguero, Alvarez. I don't know. Pedro was not a striker, but that kind of a striker. If Pedro was a striker, that kind of a players that I'm always looking for. Huh?
If who was?
Pedro. You know Pedro. That from
Pedro's in the former Chelsea player, winger.
Former Chelsea player. He's not a striker, but that kind of a player. Players that I'm always looking for.
Obviously, we've had Pedro. Then there's currently Pedro Neto. So
okay,
I was trying to.
And not Pedro Neto. Those kind of strikers that you don't see them, but they're always present when the ball is in there and they bounce on it. That's the kind of strikers that I'm always hiding. Huh?
Like a poacher, basically.
Like a poacher. Yeah, like Tammy Abraham. But when you put him there as a number 9, he can't play it. But he likes to sneak in. He's always attacking the ball in the 6-yard box. Those are the kind of strikers that I like. You get what I mean?
At the end of the day, So long as they score, I don't care if they score from 5 yards or what. I just want us to score. It's like, I know some people like say about Tammy, like, oh, tap in Tammy, he only scored tap ins, blah, blah, blah.
No,
At the
I
end of
love
the day,
Tammy Abraham.
if that's all he does and it wins you games, who really cares?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me see what JC said. If you watch Argentina versus Netherlands semifinals or Netherlands versus Turkey, you would know Vetko's and Dutch Plan B, according to JC. Vetko's, and I saw him. He's tall, but it's not that fast. It's not the quickest. But you said Plan B, less money also. I mean, he's experienced player. Maya said, Adeyemi, I don't know about that transfer. Adeyemi is something that is popping up right now, Maya. It's popping up in the news. And I'm going to drop the link there. Anyone who wants to join us here, discuss some of these news, you can join us here on the show. JC said Tony is just PR hype, according to him, and too expensive. But JC, reports that we're hearing, Tony could go for a fee of 40 million. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, JC. McKean said that we need a Tony to bring the ball down for Palmer and Jackson in that manner. So he sits up there, holds on to the ball, wait for Jackson or whoever on the left-hand side to run into it and lay the pass to them. Because our players don't have that strength. We don't have a player that can hold on to that ball very, very well and wait for these wingers to run into it and then feed them. Which that's what I think McKean is trying to say. Wet Ghost, or whatever his name is. That's that without a problem. Absolutely loving the ringtone. Oh, my ringtone, yeah, blue is the color. You guys hit it. I hope YouTube doesn't. That's what YouTube does best.
I only played for a couple of seconds, so you should be fine.
Yeah. It claim copyright right now. McKean said that Tony is it what low key, the most all rounded
big man up top. As a lone striker.
As a striker. All right, so I think Steve, we're gonna move on from the Ivan Tony, and let's talk about Gallagher, Stevie. Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
Gallagher report are saying Gallagher has been linked to Atletico Madrid. You have all the details with you, Stephen. Take us through it.
I mean, Gallagher has had interest from Atletico Madrid since pretty much the beginning of summer, maybe even back to last year. I can't fully remember, but I know there's been interest there since about the start of this summer. The issue that they have, Atletico Madrid that is that the fee that Chelsea want is basically too expensive for them. From what I've read and I've understood, it's that the deal would be too expensive for them at the moment. So it might not happen, but who knows? Maybe they sell someone, get the money, and then decide to go in for him later in the window, maybe. But yeah, it's probably something that could develop later in the window if he's still here, I would say. Because if they sell one or two players and then say they sell one or two midfielders and they still want Gallagher, then definitely would be something to keep an eye on. Because then they would have something. What, for Chelsea?
Yeah. What's Chelsea asking for?
Chelsea want about 50 million, if I remember rightly.
You think that's fair?
I mean, whether I think it's fair isn't the big issue. It's for Atletico Madrid, but I'm also partially biased because I kind of just want us to get money at this point. Like, I don't care if he stays or not. Like, if he stays, he'll be a good squad player, but would the player be willing to accept that role to stay at the club that he grew up at? I'm not entirely sure because most players want to go and get first-team football for obvious reasons.
Okay.
So that's sort of where I'm at with it, is that I would take the money, of course I would, but I'm not sure they'd pay it At least not now, based on everything I've heard. I'm not sure it's an entirely fair fee, given that he's got 12 months left, but then Mount had 12 months left and we got a similar fee for him. So they're probably using that to gauge it, going, look, Mount had 12 months left. We got 55 million plus, I think, 5 million add-ons, whatever, but 55 million guaranteed for him with 12 months left. So he was coming off of a bad season. Why can't we get that for Gallagher, basically? I think that's sort of where their head's at. So I guess in that perspective, you can argue that based on everything, it's fair in this current market, based on the fact that there's other players who go for similar fees that have barely played any games, for example, and barely had an impact for teams.
There's so many examples.
Yes,
There's so many examples there. It looks like the Gallagher, the viewers and the comments are really fancying a swap deal for Gallagher and Joao Felix. Do you fancy it?
Please not Joao Felix. I'm not doing that again.
Joao Felix in there.
Well, put it this way, right? Anyone who wants Joao Felix, where would he fit in this current team? Because I don't think he'd be a starter with the players that we've got. And what position would you play him if you was to play him as a starter?
He's not starting over Sterling, but he can start over.
No, but like you say that, but
the Ukrainian name.
For example, right? Nkunku can play pretty much a 10, 8, technically in the style that Maresca would want in terms of because it's a box crashing 8, right?
Yeah,
he can play out wide and he can play false 9. So technically, you could have one of Palmer or Nkunku as an 8, probably Palmer. You could have Nkunku out wide on one side. You could have someone else on the opposite side to him, and then Jackson or another striker up top. And then Enzo and Caicedo in midfield as well. So at that point, where would Felix come in? Because it depends what side you would put Nkunku on.
That's a question for you, Stephen. Are you okay to keep Gallagher, but not to bring in Felix?
No, I don't think they're getting what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying Gallagher's a starter, and I'm saying the same thing for Joao Felix. Why do a swap deal for someone who wouldn't start for us? If we do a swap deal, yeah. Also, I don't really fancy Joao Felix coming in again, to be honest. That's another part of it. But my point is, if Gallagher stays, he'll be a squad player, right? He isn't starting over Caicedo, Enzo, say we put Palmer in as an 8, right? He wouldn't start over him, which means he's on the bench. Okay. Then our backups include Lavia, for example, who I think is a better option than Gallagher. So Gallagher's already down like 4th, 5th choice. Felix, I'd rather get someone else, but it depends. Like, where you planning to put Felix in this team? Because him and Gallagher don't play the same role. So saying that he's an upgrade over Gallagher, I don't see them as the same position. So I can't say that he's an upgrade because it's not really comparable.
It looks like a lot of people are going against you, Stephen.
That's fine.
And
everyone can have their opinion, and I respect that.
DJ Sub said that Enzo and Felix had an excellent understanding when they both played together. Then JC said still a good upgrade.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I said like I wouldn't say he's an upgrade on Gallagher because I don't see him as the same position.
Absolutely. But thank you very much, guys. Let's keep it coming. We got 8. I think it was 9, 8 right now. Guys, do not forget, it's very important. The only way we can reach our goal in terms of likes and subscriptions and having new people on this platform is all by you guys are helping us out here by sharing it, liking it, and also subscribing to the channel. So if it's the first time joining us on this platform, do me a favor and do my brother Stephen G a favor and do the channel a favor to get our hype that we're looking for and our aim. Please don't forget to subscribe to the platform as we are discussing sports news. To be honest with you, I think we've got someone joining us on the show right now, and it's Makeem. I like Makeem himself. He just joined. Stephen G. Makeem is in the building. Welcome back to the channel, Makeem. Makeem is not ready, but when Makeem is ready, we'll hear from him. JC said Gallagher has no one position. He is like is it a terrier broken and free. Terrier broken free according to JC. All right, big up to JC. Nice to hear that from JC. Whilst we're waiting for Makin to get his world class microphone ready, we're gonna move on from waiting for Makin to join us here. We talk about it. I don't know where the fans say, guys. There's also a poll down there. Should Chelsea pursue Adeyemi in there? I say yes or no or unsure. I don't know where a lot of you guys are unsure where Chelsea should put whether Chelsea should bring in Adeyemi or not. But yeah, we're gonna move on from Gallagher. Topic still stays there. Stephen Arrizabalaga, let's wrap up on him. Gallagher, Arrizabalaga. This is a player that Chelsea brought in a couple, I think, either 3 seasons or 4 seasons ago. 3 seasons ago. Apparently, at that time, he
5 or 6 seasons ago, wasn't it? Because he got a 6 or 7 year deal, didn't he?
Yeah, it was under I think Moshe Sarri where we brought this player in.
Yeah, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Wow.
At that time, he was a world beater. He was the world best goalkeeper at that time.
I wouldn't say he's world's best keeper. I don't even think he was in the conversation for that.
Most expensive.
He was the most expensive, yeah, but he wasn't up there with the best.
Yeah, he was the most expensive. So
he just did what Chelsea used to do, which was spend silly money.
I do agree with you. Chelsea spent 70 million on Arrizabalaga. He came in and he did bits at Chelsea, but I know he has family issue. Things did not go on right for Arrizabalaga until he had this loan move last season to Real Madrid. He went in there, started doing very well, and all of a sudden they're dropping down from the number 1 to number 2 to number 3 right now, and it's not even in the pecking order. When you're picking goalkeepers, Kepa Arrizabalaga name is not mentioned. But apparently, Chelsea have some news have reported that Chelsea will be listening to offers, and Arrizabalaga will be leaving the football club this summer. Are you okay with that, Steven?
Absolutely fine with it, 100%.
How bad has it been for Kepa?
Put it this way, I think the best way for me to put it is I do feel bad for him, right? You come in, most expensive keeper, there's pressure on you to perform, yeah? Any player that comes in for a high fee has that pressure. But when you're the world's most expensive goalkeeper, even more so, right? And the other thing is, he's always had issues in terms of long shots. As far as I can remember, he's always had those sort of issues because if I remember rightly, what he typically does, because he's what some people would deem a shorter keeper, for example, right, is that to see sort of over defenders at times, he does little hops. But what the issue is then is if someone has a shot from distance, you've then got to set yourself and then make your move, which is one of the reasons why he struggled in terms of long shots from the stuff that I've watched and gauged from it. And that was one of the issues. The other thing is when you do stuff like not coming off the pitch when your manager wants to sub you off, you also don't help yourself. We all know the incident I'm referring to at Wembley.
I was going to say the iconic moment of something you can remember. Something you can really remember from a Kepa Arrizabalaga. An iconic moment. Wembley showdown. Mauricio Sarri is in charge. Mauricio Sarri said, Kepa Arrizabalaga, it's penalty time. You need to get your ASS off that pitch and come out. Kepa said, "Do not worry. I'm okay.
Bro, I guarantee you he was time wasting, but yet he didn't communicate it very well, and therefore it backfired. I think John Terry said it as well. He said, if I was there, I would have dragged him off the pitch.
I don't think John Terry is just saying so. He cannot do that.
No, as captain, if he was on the pitch, technically...
You cannot do that. You're the captain. You cannot. No. I do agree with what John Terry is saying. He's just saying because it's not on the game, it's not on the pitch. You can never, ever go on the pitch and drag your fellow player off the pitch because you're the captain. Never will it happen.
It's John
It's
Terry
John
Lee.
Terry. He would have more respect for
Forget
John
about
Terry.
John Terry.
No, you're
Forget
not
about
getting
John
my point.
Terry.
You're not getting my point.
Do
He would
you
probably
think?
listen
Okay,
to him because
let's.
he would have a higher respect for him
And,
than Sari.
but he would never go. The way he said it, he's never gonna drag him like he said it.
Okay, he might not have dragged him, but he would have probably listened.
You see what he did to Wayne Bridge. Yeah,
Wayne Bridge is different.
Yeah,
he's
a Wayne Bridge, bro. Yeah, know your place with John Terry. Yeah, he's a bad man out here. You know.
All right, Makim, you get your microphone. Your world class broadcasting microphone
sir.
ready. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
All right. DJ Saab said something over there. We'll look into that in a second. DJ, I hope you're keeping well, brother. Makim, what do you have for us today, brother?
I just wanted to quickly come on and talk about the João Felix situation, man. I was just thinking, we can't, diminish and negate a player such as quality. Like, we need to understand here, like, he was a part of the Diego Simeone team, yeah, that came up with talents. He came from talent. His talent is still there. He's off the pitch stuff here. I think we might be too focused on it. But if he comes to Chelsea, he will be a better option than everybody but Palmer at the front three. Let's not act like this guy is a little. He'll be this guy. He proves when he came here, he outshined a lot of people in a very short space of time, and he went. If he stayed, he maybe would have done a lot more for us, along with the Jacksons and all of these guys. He never got the chance to. He's a very skillful player. When it comes to Sterling, he'll be able to outperform Sterling on the left. Modric, name them. Cole Palmer's the only one that can measure up to his level of ilk.
You could put in Kunku on the left, then that solves that issue.
And Kunku is everything we think. João Felix is everything we think Nkunku is.
Bro, you know that one of the reasons we didn't sign him is A, silly wages, yeah, and B, they wanted like 80 million for him, right?
Because because they understand the type of quality this guy has, and he understands that himself. You're forgetting, he's been around for ages. He's a little old man. So let's not act like he's not a product of Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone is a legend. Like, we don't need to go on about that. Like, he don't come from. He's not like, we're acting like he's just like a player coming from Championship, trying to make his way to the Premier League. He's already a world-class talent.
What's the legendary status of Diego Simeone? Is it in terms of his playing career, or are you talking about his managerial career? Which of these legendary status are you referring to?
That's not my point. My point is that João Felix is a better option than everything we got besides Cole Palmer. That's my point. But if you want to talk about Simeone, we can. That's another conversation, to be honest.
Okay, I agree with you. We won't get into it right now. I agree.
It'll be very long because I'll say some outlandish things. Yeah, because I don't think everybody would like.
Because I won't go into it, because whenever I say this right now, we're just gonna start getting to that conversation here. All right, let me give Maya.
You don't become the most highly paid manager in the world for no reason. Okay, we'll stop there. That's it. I stopped it. That's it. I don't want trouble. I don't know what. Please.
Well, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get into it. I know Steven will be on my side. I'm very, very sure, because we don't see that world class manager that you guys see. We don't see it, but I'll leave it here too. Again, I'll leave it here. Maya, welcome back to the channel again. What really triggered you to click on the link, brother?
No, big up, guys. Big up, Nee, for having me. Thank you for having me. Big up, Maxine. Big up, Steven.
Big up.
Hope you guys are proper Charles. Hope you guys are well, though.
Thank you very much, Maya. You're a legend, bro. This man was always checking on me, trying to find out what is going on. When YouTube is messing with me, suspended me for a week for posting a video I don't even understand what it means in the video. But anyway, thank you to have you here as usual and supporting the channel for that for a long period of time, Maya. Go for it, brother.
Yeah. You guys were speaking about who's this Felix, right?
Yeah, Felix and Gallagher. Oh. Steven brought that up. Steven brought the trouble this afternoon, Steven.
Okay. No, okay, then I have no intent to speak about them, because with Felix, I wanted him to stay, but that's going to be a difficult situation to bring him back. I think he wants to go back home. I don't know, because I saw links with him in Benfica, so I don't know about that. I really don't know.
But Maya, before Phillies left, we were told there were so many rumors that Mauricio Pochettino did not fancy Joao Felix to stay and continue the project. Do you think it was true? Was it from Mauricio Pochettino, or what? Do you think that Chelsea did not want to trigger this release clause and get him through the door?
Yeah, I'm sure it was his release clause. I don't know about him being. Is it because of his attitude or not? Nah, I don't think that's the case.
I mean, attitude-wise, we didn't see nothing wrong with him at Chelsea.
Yeah, like I think probably mainly it's because maybe with Poch, I don't think Poch saw him in his project or in his system. So I think that's the case with me. I think it has to deal with between Pochettino and him. Then I'm sure that's when he decided not to let Felix stay. But I wanted him to stay, bro, because what if he linked very well with Palmer? We could have having something here. We could have, we could have having like a GA. That guy could have given us proper GA, if especially with mid-block teams. Brentford, Wolverhampton, he would have been important for those teams.
Yeah.
Regardless
And
of the other big teams.
sorry, Maya.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maya. I'm gonna add on to that. Yeah. If we had Cole Palmer combining with João Felix here, do you think we would need any striker? Anybody? We can have a donkey up there.
Bro, we
He'll
can
go in.
have Jackson up front with those two linked, bro. Because with Jackson, like he links up very well. If we had Felix on the left side with Palm on the right, on the middle side, bro, we've been cooking like for days. It's just that like Pochettino had his own whereabouts of his system. He probably wanted to play wide area. Because we legit only have maybe 3 or 4 wide players. And most of our players are just attacking midfielders. But bruh, like I'm also, the only thing that I want to talk about is just the transfers. But like since you guys are talking about Felix and Gallagher, but the one thing also you guys were talking about to bring back Ivan Toney.
Back?
Ivan Toney.
Did you say bring back?
No, because you guys are talking about Ivan Toney. Sorry, you guys are talking about Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
With Ivan Toney as well, like I don't know with Ivan Toney. Like the thing, I understand. Well, he has Premier League experience. He's highly influenced. He can be a good impact on the team, especially on the young boys. But like
he's gonna teach the kids how to gamble too. He's gamble at.
You see, that's where I wanted to go. You see, his lifestyle, like his attitude as well, like the way he behaves on the outside of football. Like you can't be banned for like 7 months of like doing weird stuff behind the scenes, then come back and expect like those are the one things that concern me about a player. When a player comes to my football club, right, and I see dodgy things around him, it causes a problem because at first, like, he's gonna easily get distracted. So with Tony, like, I don't say he would do that, but if we get him, like, I just want him to be that guy to lead the attack, to be a leader, kind of a leader, not like just a basic guy to come to Chelsea Football Club. Right now, we want a leader. As if we get one signing right, that at least we know that this person can be a leader for the team. I'm all right with it. I'll be all right. But in terms of like experience counts as well. But in terms of like his proper approach of like his game, I doubt. I'm doubting Ivan Toney. I do rate him, but not like for Chelsea. I don't know. I just don't know. But
no, Maya, believe Maya, believe, man. He's good enough. Trust me. You want your lone striker here to be a bad guy. You don't want him to be a nice guy. Trust me.
Yeah, he has to.
You need him to bully defenders.
Someone who could potentially influence the youngsters into gambling.
Not that one.
I doubt that'll be the case here because he's at Chelsea.
Yo,
If he was at Chelsea, I
imagine,
doubt he'll get into that.
but
Because
Akib,
if you think
imagine we
about it,
had
yeah,
Neymar. Imagine we had Neymar. Okay, just like sorry for just bringing. Imagine the same thing with Neymar, right? All his weird stuff behind it. If we had made Neymar at Chelsea
Don't get
Football
me started
Club,
with that.
you see
There's a
how would
there's
it
a lot of
how would
stuff
it been? You
that
see,
I prefer not to speak on
bro,
him.
like there's
Name,
some
brother,
players.
you lot are
Hakeem, there's
forgetting,
some
yeah.
players, God, there's some
He did
players
this,
now.
yeah.
yeah.
But he did this, yeah. When he thought, yeah, put yourself in his shoes, yeah. He's a player that thought his career was done at a point, yeah, because he couldn't, because he signed another contract with Brentford. Remember, he wanted to leave. He was even going online on social media saying, "Oh, I play for a crap team. You wouldn't even know about them." Like he would do weird things like that on the side back then. So it's a thing where for him, yeah, he probably thought, "Oh, my opportunity to play top flight football is gone since I signed this contract that I can't get out of at the moment."
Mhm.
It was around the same time that he did the whole gambling business and got done for it.
My thing on that, right? Look,
Now, if he was at Chelsea, I doubt that he'll throw away that chance like that. That's what he wants, top flight football. You can see he's an elitist. You can see he's got an elite mentality. You can see he's not a nice guy. He's a perfectionist.
I mean, we're not being nice on the pitch. We're trying to play football.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, no matter people say about him, he's not a nice guy on the pitch, but he'll get the job done. But he didn't have any crazy lifestyle behind the scenes. He did not
the
have
one
that.
thing I will say, yeah, is look, I ain't gonna go at a guy for his gambling thing. Like, bro, it's an addiction. It's hard to kick. Is more my point of why it'd be a risk because, bro, it's not an easy thing to kick. It like an addiction. Like, we don't know if that's still a potential risk. Is more my thing. Like that's why I say about we don't want them like having like potential influence on that. Like it wasn't me taking a mick out of his addiction. It was more has that been kicked because it's not an easy thing to kick was more my way of it. If you get what I'm saying.
But only time will tell. And during that time, yeah, this man is already 28. When he was going through what he was going through, he was already peaking. So if he has something to go for, yeah, do you think a man at that age is willing to risk top flight like that? He's not. You'll lock in and do what he did with England.
Great show, guys. We have a wonderful guest, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us live, wherever you're watching us from, my name is Nee Zion, Stephen G, and the wonderful guest in the show, the family of this channel, Maya himself, man himself, all the way representing the channel from South Africa. Right, Maya, right? I'm right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm right. So
representing
you're
the
right.
yeah,
Right. Sorry.
representing the channel all the way from South Africa, Nelson Mandela's region, and also our big man, Makim himself, representing from the UK. Right, Makim, I'm right, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then Stephen G also representing from Stamford Bridge. He's standing right in front of the door. Yeah, yeah. Stephen G is right there. Then everyone else watching this live, and then my brother himself, Mama Dashvili in the building. Guys, we got 8 of us watching us live. The man himself, Mama Dashvili, and Diego Costa is right here. I was about to read his message, but then he jumped in the studio trying to have a pitch. Something really triggered him. He's like, I'm going to click on it no matter what it is. I'm coming on here to talk to Nice, waffling a whole lot of bullshit and syrup over there. He needs some waffles so I can put some syrup on it. So yeah, that's what DJ Sav is here to do. He said, I get what Steven is saying regarding the Felix and Gallagher situation in the terms of the goalkeeping. Still don't see Sanchez as our number one. Mama Dashvili and Costa still my preferred choice according to DJ Sav, the man himself. He says to come in, but it seems goalkeeper not a priority. If that is the case, Petrovic, my number one choice according to DJ. Say big up to Makim. DJ Makim DJ said hi to you.
Big up,
JC
DJ.
said Poch did rate him because he didn't rate him or he did rate him. Says he did rate him because Poch only likes road runners. So he didn't, if that's what JC was trying to say. because the comment came in as he did. But if you read the whole comment, it sounds like he didn't rate him. But okay, striker in 4-3-3 according to JC. But let's hear what our brother DJ Sav want to say. Yeah, JC, I get it. Don't worry about it. DJ, welcome back to the show and let us know what your day is like and what really triggered you to join
big up Nee, big up McKean, big up Stephen, and big up Maya in the building.
Big up
chatting to you
DJ.
guys as always, man. As always, big up to everyone in the comments. You know the job. Smash the like buttons, everyone. Subscribe to the channel as always in the comment section. What triggered me off, Nee? Nothing. Just coming on really. I was just walking through the door because I was watching you guys from work. Because I was watching at work because I was just finishing my day, and I drove listening on the way home to what you guys are saying and just chatting about certain things. And the interesting one obviously came out with João Felix. And for me, I wanted him to stay on at Chelsea last season anyway. Why he didn't stay, I think it's because Poch, for whatever reason, did not want him. Well, I think he said he didn't come into his plans. He or fit into the way he wants to play. Obviously he didn't. His move, he done pretty well for us, but obviously gutted he didn't stay on beyond that. Should we have kept him on? Probably I would have said yes. But I think the release clause in the end was the thing that actually stopped that from happening as well. Because even if we had gone and got him in, I think the release clause would have been a bit too much to pay. Even though they did reduce their price, I think to 80 or 80 million for him. I can't remember what it was going to be afterwards. So yeah, for me, look, it would have been a great buy if he was coming in. But now, of course, it's not happened that way. And we've obviously stuck with what we had. In terms of what you guys have been chatting about up until now, for me, Gallagher, I'm obviously, people are moaning, still going on about Gallagher possibly going to Atletico Madrid. This is the reason why I triggered this conversation with you guys, because if we are looking to get rid of Gallagher, then there's an opportunity to obviously try and get Felix as part of that deal. If they still want to do that, because if he doesn't want to go back to Atletico, then there's always that opportunity to bring him back to Chelsea and Gallagher going the other way. Even though I still feel gutted to see Gallagher go, because I still think he was our best midfielder last season. But obviously, it's going to go. Obviously, we need to make the club need to make up the money. They need to obviously get rid of the players and get them off the books. As what owners are doing.
He will become. Yeah, Gallagher will become a much better player under Simeone. You know, he will definitely come back in the England squad.
Yeah, probably.
He'll definitely be back in England.
Facts. No, definitely.
You put him in his right position, bro.
If he does go there, yeah, you know what's going to happen. You ain't got a chance to get him Felix. You know what it's going to be, innit? It's going to be that Samuel Rodion or whatever his name is. Oh, that's what it'd be.
Oh, is it Leonard Roddy?
Gallagher for him.
Leonard Roddy.
I'm not joking either. Like, we all know it.
JC said DJ will trigger me to come online too because the Sanchez, but honestly that Mama Dashvili isn't good with his feet. Diego Costa excellent. Yeah, I think I do. I haven't seen much about playing out from the back, but he's excellent. It's like a Peter Cech.
But you can train a goalkeeper.
Mama Dashvili.
Exactly, Steve. Thank you,
like
Stephen. Exactly.
It's like
that's the thing, right? Like, shot stopping, yeah, to a degree you can, yeah, but you can only do that by altering technique and stuff, which people have tried with Kepa, for example, and it didn't work, right? Yeah. Whereas with the feet, you can improve that. Have you seen the clips that Chelsea have been putting out from training, by the way?
Yeah.
You know when they've been doing like the rondo and stuff, yeah? There's a clip and you can hear it in the background. It sounds like it's Maresca going, Roberto, play shoot.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. You can hear it in one of the videos. I'd have to try and find the clip, and you guys, like, I'll send it. I think all of you in the little group we got, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to try and find it and put it in there, but you can hear it. He's saying like play short, like he wants him to play short, like he's basically adamant, like you have to play short.
So apparently, Gallagher is moving from white to red. I don't know how authentic or reliable.
You know what you should do? Arsenal, give us about 60 million for him, please and thank you. Keep buying our players.
Arsenal?
I just want Arsenal to keep buying our players. It's a running joke at this point.
That's bullying, Steve. That's bullying, bro.
Nah, it's entertainment's what it is.
We do that to Arsenal all the time anyway. All right, great.
Jorginho had 6 months left and they gave us like 15 million.
Kai Havertz, we pretty much got more than we even paid for.
No, we literally got the same fee as what we initially paid for him, which was like 20 million worth of profit.
But you know what? Chilwell and United's happening, isn't it? So win-win for us, man.
Bro, I've seen reports
baby.
saying they don't like the wages he's on, so they don't think they'll be able to get it done.
Really?
Yeah. Which is surprising, given that, like, United have everyone on stupid wages. So how could they have an issue with another one?
For real.
That's what I don't get. Oh, yeah, you know how our players done the bleep test, yeah? How did someone say... So, Gusto and Chilwell were the last 2 years, and Gusto 1 year. How did I see someone say he only won because of Gallagher weren't there? That's the only reason I mentioned it, because we were on Gallagher. Someone said the only reason he won is because Gallagher wasn't there, because he's with England.
All right, so guys, I mean, it's been very interesting. Anyone that has any topic that you want to talk about regarding what we've talked about today, or anything else around United, Liverpool, Arsenal, you can talk about it. And once we're done with that, we still got some few. We have some time on our hands. Then we can dive into the Adeyemi link, guys. So over to anyone who has any topic. I see Maki, you're talking, so go for it, brother.
Do you guys actually believe that it was Pochettino's choice here to not sign João Felix?
That's what
Do you guys actually, or is it a thing where like he's in the same kind of deal as Maresca is in at the moment?
I think it was a release clause. They wanted 80 to 90 million, and we weren't willing to pay it for what we saw of them.
I think so. I think it was a release clause, and they're trying to deflect it on Mauricio Pochettino.
But they narrowed to be fair, they did narrow the price down, because I think originally he was supposed
like
to be worth
150.
Yeah, correct. 150, or did it go 120? I can't remember. 120 or 150.
It was one or the other. It was 120 or 150.
But what they did actually say is after his loan spell was going to finish, Chelsea were apparently going behind. Well, they were talking to him. Obviously, we've been in contact with his agent and in contact with the club, and saying, look, managed to narrow the price down. I do believe to 80 or 90 million. I think it was they were going to get him for afterwards. And that's why I thought that deal was going to come. Why I thought that deal would actually be pulling up, because for getting him for 80 to 90 million on how much year contract he's got left would have been ideal for Chelsea. But for whatever reason or another, I'm gutted it didn't happen in that way, because I would love to see him stay on at Chelsea, because I thought, he had. Everyone keeps on going about his miss that he did and the standing off first to win his first game at Chelsea. I tried to ignore all that and then see what he did after that, and he done pretty well for us after that. I just think for whatever reason or another, why we didn't pursue with him was another thing. And like we said, only time will come. I think only time will come out. I think the owners have not come out and actually properly said why they didn't sign him or why he didn't go for him. They all did say it was because of Pochettino thought he didn't come into Poch's plans. Poch didn't think he was his kind of player. But I personally think, as we always said, I think it's because of the money. Personally, I think it's because they didn't want to spend that kind of money on him, which is a shame, really. But it's what it is at the end of the day. What can we say?
I do agree with you. Anyone else want to add anything to it before?
The only other thing I'd put on that, right, is it also depends where he would have played, right? Because you could make an argument that if we'd got him, then maybe you don't get Jackson, who towards the end of the season looked good, or Cole Palmer. You could make that argument as well, which is a fraction of the price for both of them. In fact, both of them were worth about the price you would have been paying for Felix combined.
True.
What do you guys think?
That's a valid point.
Yeah. It's a valid point.
Two players that make up the numbers that he would have done anyway, mostly Palmer, until the back end of the season where Jackson started to come into his own for about the same fee.
All right, great. Guys, we're going to move on from any other topic. If you have anything you want to say, we can jump in and let's discuss it. If not, then we'll move on from there to the last one, the last topic of the show before we discuss any other issues, any other topics. Adeyemi. Guys, Adeyemi has been linked to Chelsea. He's been linked to Chelsea a couple seasons ago. but Chelsea have never made a move. Do you think this is the right time for Chelsea to bring in Adeyemi? Because I know Chelsea are looking for another player to fit in on the left-hand side. They've been trying. They've been see if they can get William from Atletico Bilbao. It hasn't worked out. They're still looking for other tricky wingers. Will Adeyemi come through the door?
Who goes first?
Anyone can just jump in.
One of you guys
Okay,
can
I'll
go
go.
first and check in something.
Okay, I'll go first. Personally, me, yeah, Adeyemi, he's a good player, but there's this thing about him. I'm not sure if he's good at like assist and like crossing, like what the Premier League requires. Because on the left hand side, yeah, there's no cutting in business. Like you're gonna have to like either finish or like assist. And I don't think he's got the assist part down pat. I don't fully trust him when it comes to that. For me, on the left hand side, I'll put him up there with Jadon Sancho. I mean, these are the options that we can go for. But if it comes to solely him, it depends on the price as well that we're getting him for. I don't know how much we're getting him for. That's another thing. But he's a good option. But he's gonna have to be on a rotation because we're gonna need a little bit more than that. That's my take.
Do you know what my thing is though? We've been hearing all this stuff about right-footed winger, blah blah blah, right? It's another left-footed guy who can play on the wing. And we've got enough of those. It wouldn't make sense, in my opinion, for us to get him. Like, how many people do we have that can do that already? It just seems like it'd be a mistake.
Facts.
If we want someone who's right-footed, yeah, get someone right-footed. Don't get Adeyemi who's left-footed, and we've got plenty, because then you're just doing dumb business essentially.
But is he good
Also,
at
by the way, in case anyone was wondering, he's apparently on 81,000 base salary per week, but his total per week, including bonuses, is apparently 98,000 per week in pounds. I've done the conversion to pounds.
He falls in the bracket more or less of what Chelsea would be happy to spend money on and getting him in.
Yeah, but then,
No,
how much would he want to go up by?
That's the thing. I mean, look, listen, I go along with what Hakeem and you've both said. To be honest with you, listen, I've seen enough of him. I think he's a good player. Do I think he's what I need? Do I think he's what we need at Chelsea at this moment in time? I probably would say no. These guys should be looking at a striker. I mean, why go and waste your money on another winger when we're crying out for a striker? I mean, I know people say, "Oh, we bought in Mike Greehey, okay, who can come in." We don't know how quick this guy is going to, how quick he's going to learn the Premiership. For me, we need an experienced striker to come in there, and I'll probably put all my money into getting a striker.
DJ, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, is Adeyemi a crossing type? Because guys like Jury, yeah, he's not gonna produce. Like he's gonna rely on deliveries solely.
But you guys watched the Champions League final, right? You saw his performance. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like you guys,
But
you guys can say he's
Maya,
a good player. Sorry.
Are you judging him based on the Champions League finals, or you're judging him based on his overall statistics and what he's been doing?
His form, his form.
He's young.
Okay, I understand that. But listen, we can't just keep buying players that are not on form, because what if he comes here and it doesn't perform to that level? Now we're gonna have to ship him out.
Maya, we've seen players that were on top of their game. They were on form. They came to the Premier League. They came to Chelsea. It can't play.
But do you know his game though?
His decision making is bad. FEC's game is. I can just explain though, Ash, because I don't know with Adeyemi, like the guy just needs more experience, needs more years. Let him stay at Dortmund, bro. Let him cook there. let him. Maybe he
Maya,
can go somewhere else.
can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? Put yourself in Adeyemi's position. You know a job, you know you can do a job, but when you apply for it, they're asking for experience. If that company doesn't give you experience, doesn't employ you to give you that experience to become better, how would you gain the experience if they want you or if they don't want you?
Fair enough. From your point, fair enough. I'll actually do my job. Yeah, that's a good
You
point.
know you can do the job, but they said you don't have
Yes,
experience.
but the thing is, okay, Neil, like, okay, going around for Adeyemi, right? He has all that critique, right? He has all that in his CV, right? The experience, Champions League ball away. The problem is with him, Neil, like, okay, we're gonna get someone like that's not performing really good right now. Right now,
Right.
okay?
Mhm.
We bring him to this team, and if he feels unsettled, it's gonna be an issue because now he's gonna bring problems. He's gonna talk to his agent, and you know how those things go, PR and all those things. You know how it goes down. So in my case with Adeyemi, like that's why DJ is spot on when he said this. Let's go for a striker. Leave this guy alone.
That's
Let
true.
us go for a striker. We go for a proper striker, proper nine. We're gonna waste another 60 to 70 mil on Adeyemi. Someone that we're gonna wait for him to perform for like 2 to 3 years. I'm not gonna I want a player right now. Right now, not a guy that
Oh,
we're gonna just buy.
don't get me wrong. I
Then
don't want to DM me. I don't want to DM me. I'm just trying to. I'm in this position to ask the questions, trying to pull you guys' leg and make sure I get the best out of you guys. So that's what I do best when I sit over
oh
here. So I try
no
to
no
make sure I
no
put down the
no,
questions.
big
I
up
know
for that
why you
though.
want. Why do you want him? Oh, he's good. Oh, he's not good. If I go there, I said, okay, Maya, I'm with you. We don't need him. Then what am I doing
You
here?
know,
I was
like
trying to be on a different side. But go ahead, Maya.
he's good. Like like he's actually good, but the things that I saw last season, the decision making, nah, bro, nah. It's not the Champions League final. The PSG game he was actually good. Hey, he was linking up with Sancho. There was the other game he had in the Bundesliga. Yo, he was horrible, horrible. The decision making, this guy, he needs more time.
Okay,
Okay, like this guy needs more time.
I agree with
But
you.
for fact of bringing him here, right? It's gonna be a huge risk. Let's go for a striker. That's my opinion. That's why, like, I was also upset when I saw this link. I was like, why are we going for him? You can, try to go for someone else. We were linked to one of the guys from Porto. He plays in Porto. He's a right winger. I'm not sure what's his name, but he is from Porto. Yeah, that guy.
Consensao,
That
Consensao,
yeah, that
Consensao.
guy's
No,
is
Condesai
much
isn't
better,
a
bro.
manager. It's consistent a manager.
No, his
No,
son,
No, no, no.
his son
His
plays
son.
in the
His
national team.
son, his son,
Yeah.
yeah, his
Oh,
son. He's
so
he's way better.
he,
He's way
he
better,
was
bro.
manager of Porto, and his
yeah.
son obviously was a player there as well.
What
Oh,
a
wow.
player his son is, by the
Interesting.
way. He was
Big up
one
to
of
you,
Portugal's
Phantom of
better
Bennett
performers.
topic. Thank you
The
very much
same
for
30
joining
million
us here.
euros for his son as well, by the way.
Guys,
Yeah.
Phantom is dropping some bombs. I mean, he's
What's
just
he
dropping
saying?
bombs over here.
Okay.
Phantom, what are you talking about? Phantom said we should go back for William. William from Fulham. Phantom. William is about 36 years old, Phantom.
William
By the
is
way, he is
washed,
free agent.
Phantom, though.
What?
He's washed, man.
He said we should get rid of Modric,
Oh, come
go
on.
get Mitrovic, go get
You
Mitrovic from
cannot
Saudi.
get rid of Mudryk, by
I
the way.
tell you what, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm getting
Sell the
so
Sassy.
tired of this. Tired of this. Get rid of Mudrik's business chat talk, yeah. Because this guy,
Phantom
it's getting to the stage now where we're not even giving. It's like Chelsea fans have already just given up on this guy. Okay, he's had one. Hasn't been the best so far at Chelsea. I agree. He hasn't been brilliant. But for me, there's a talent in there. And this is why I keep saying, why would you want to go and put that kind of money on Adeyemi when you've already got Mihailo Mudryk at your football club and you want to try and make this kid work out? He's still young. Yeah. So you don't really need to go and put more money down on another winger to play on that side when you've already got Mihailo Mudryk there. I think some of the fans just need to get off these guys back and give him an opportunity to ball out. And let's hopefully this season he will do that under this manager and he'll get the best out of him. I'm seeing a lot of. I have seen. I don't know if Stephen can go along with me on this one, but I've seen he's been one of the players, Stephen, that apparently has been mentioned to leave Chelsea amongst a crop of players. Chalobah, Gallagher, His name's
I've
been
not seen
mentioned in
that.
some articles.
Mhm.
It's an article I saw. I'm not sure. I think it was Goal. Is it Goal? Or
Oh,
someone
I
like that who's done it?
presume that it wasn't very reliable because if they're saying that, yeah, that means look, I doubt that's true for the sole reason of he's still got
Yeah.
about 50 odd million left on the book, so that's a heavy loss you're taking.
100%. 100%.
Also, the other
I
thing,
agree,
right?
bro.
One of the things that is an issue with Mudryk, right? Currently, is that where he's cutting inside, he's running into traffic. Whereas from the bits that I've seen of like Maresca and how his team play, typically the wide players hold the width, which could actually help him because at that
Facts,
point,
yeah.
you're one-on-one with a
On-
fullback. That's all you've got. Then you've just got to make the right decision on when to play the pass and who to give it to. So that might actually benefit him because it's more simplistic in a sense. Because if he's not having to come inside, you've got the decision of, okay, can I beat my man? Yes. Okay, I can get a cross in. No. Okay, I'll go backwards and give it to someone behind me and we can retain possession and make another move. So that might actually help him as well.
Just to add on to that, what Steven said about that, I just feel like when I saw Maresca talking to Modric like on the
video.
videos, right? Yeah, like I could see this guy now, like the way he understands the ball, Maresca. I think he knows where Modric can play. I think he wants to like tweak a position for him because like the way I think he wants to make him play 1v1 on the wide area. If he can do that, I think he's gonna get him out the best out of him. That's what he wants. And with Maresca apparently his football style is attacking, so it's gonna suit him way more. And already, why would we ship this guy if he's already settled in with this? Most of the players that we have right now, he's settled. Palmer, Jackson, he's already settled in. Now you want to ship him out? Why? And bring in Adeyemi. Come on, guys. Come on, please. Let's be reasonable, guys, and let's get players that's gonna benefit the whole team, not just one area. No, that's why I strongly advise for a striker. If Chelsea don't sign a striker, I'm telling you, if we don't sign a striker this transfer, because we've been trying to sign a striker ever since Costa left. We've been trying to sign a proper striker. If we don't get a striker this transfer, I'm gonna be pissed because they've been telling us last season.
You're gonna be pissed at me?
No, not at you, at the board and the directors, bro.
The owners,
because
the owners.
Because
don't be pissed at the owners, okay? Don't do that.
I'll be
annoyed at them. Be annoyed at them. Be annoyed at them.
They promised us a proper 9. They promised us a 9. They promised us they're gonna bank a 9. So bank us a 9.
I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed at me. I'll be pissed at me. Yeah, for waffling. Yeah.
But anyway, we got a long way to go, guys. We got a long way in terms of the transfer.
The one thing I'll quickly say on that, though, right, is that us were saying today they want to assess this guy from Barca. They want to assess basically every option we got, including Nkunku at striker as well, before they make a decision.
Yeah, they have to.
Right.
You know, we don't. The reason
Which,
why
to be fair, right? Say they wanted to trial Nkunku as a striker, which it sounds like they do, right? Personally, I would prefer to have him in a more creative role, right? But say you do that, and in this system, it works. But before you've even trialed that, you've gone out and you've already bought a striker to come in for another 30, 40 million. Yeah. It makes it kind of pointless, no?
So hope you don't tell me Jonathan Davis, because you know where I stand with you. I'm going to fight about this thing.
It's just another one you don't want to have. It's just another one you don't want.
Realistic options. Yeah. This is a conversation we were having off stream the other day. Yeah.
Not really conversation. We were fighting over it because I was very angry.
Let's not do this, right? Of all the realistic options, yeah, Gilchrist ain't realistic. Osame ain't realistic, yeah. Of all the realistic options, which for some reason,
the two we should be going for,
or whatever the hell his name is, yeah, seems somewhat realistic. So basically, between him, Jonathan David, and whichever random name you can pluck out the top of your head that isn't like already well established, yeah, he's the best option out of the ones that are realistic, is what I'm saying.
Guys, we still got a few minutes.
25 million, yeah. Say you give him 5-year deal, yeah. You can get him off the books in 1-2 years, easy.
Yeah.
Because then all you need is 15 million, and he's gone.
Sorry. Whoever
Sorry,
says,
Nate.
sell Enzo.
I was just
the
about
team
to
No,
get
it's
to that.
Phantom.
Yeah,
That's fine.
we won't sell that guy because no team's gonna buy someone 100 mil right now, Gal. We can't
Also,
sell
the
Enzo.
other thing, yeah. Tell me why you want to sell him. What
Exactly.
reason do you want to sell him?
Exactly.
Thank you,
Why would you
brother.
sell
Thank
him,
Tell me
you.
my
bro?
counter
Come
argument
on.
straight away.
I was
If
going to
you
ask
say
that
Sell
question.
who? Sell who?
I was going to ask that question.
Enzo-
Okay, guys.
Enzo
Okay,
Fernandez.
guys.
Here comes
Okay.
Makeem, bro. Here
Alright,
comes Makeem.
alright,
Here we go.
alright.
Enzo should be gone. Here we go.
What we're not gonna do, yeah.
Makeem.
Here we go,
What we're
Makeem.
not gonna do, yeah, is pile on, okay?
Makeem,
We're not gonna
Makeem.
pile on, okay, guys,
All I'm
yeah.
saying,
We're
right?
gonna be fair about this, okay?
All I'm
Go
going
on,
to
go
say,
on,
yeah,
keep
is
going.
the likelihood is he's going to say because of last season, yeah? In that case, if that is the argument, my counter-argument's already prepared. He's already come out and said he was dealing with his injury for 9 months. That's since about week 1 of the Premier League season.
Yep, he did.
Was that before or after was that before or after us realizing, yeah, that he had a more unimpressive start into the first 6 months, yeah, that we've had, yeah, very underwhelming to the point where even João Felix came and outperformed and outshined and showed the worth, yeah, or more. He looked more of 100 million player than Enzo did, and we are looking at it now. We are looking at it now and realizing he's not 100 million player. That's why a lot of people think he's so.
Makeem, we played him off position, bro.
Exactly. Makeem, what is?
Bro,
I was going to say to Makeem, what is the big problem? What is the real reason why you want? What is the real reason, Makeem, why you want Enzo sold, man? Because I've had these kind of arguments with you, bruv, yeah, but I still haven't got a proper answer out of you. Tell me why you want him sold.
Personally, yeah, for me, yeah, I don't want him sold, yeah, because it's not going to benefit us at the moment. And I'm not talking about football-wise. I'm talking about financially and all of these other stuff. Like it's gonna
leave him out the team. So you leave him out the team?
I'm not saying leave him out the team. I'm saying we should rotate when they become the players not playing on form.
I agree.
And him and Gallagher should do. If they had a reasonable rotation here, we wouldn't be struggling with the prices if we wanted to sell them or not. That's all I'm saying.
No, listen, bro, I agree with you. Listen, any player that is not on performing, I agree with you. They shouldn't start. And I'll get that with all the players. I say Enzo, whether it's Caicedo, whether it's Jackson, whether it's Nkunku, whether it's Cole Palmer, all these players that are not performing to the levels that we know they should be performing at. I agree. Then and someone comes in and does well, then you keep that player. That player keeps the bench warm. It's as simple as that.
Especially if he played 99.999% of the games, yeah. And then now after the 9 months here, you want to turn around and say, oh, guys, guess what? I had an injury since such and such.
Well, we knew
that can play a part.
But then we have physios here. That means it's on the physios, it's on the people that's around, that's on the club. That means we need to blame ourselves.
Bro,
if a player is going on 9 months and
we need to blame ourselves, is what Makeem is saying, but big up to my brother Chelsea Perspective, who is
big up to Coachella.
He said that sorry bro, I'm still back, so I won't stay long, but I like the video. Thank you very much for liking and joining us here. I've been gone for a while too. Hangover, hangover, and also being suspended from YouTube. So we're back. Maya,
I want to say something to Makeem about Enzo, bro. Listen, I've been saying this on X, on the Spaces, and I've been attacked, bro. We've been playing this guy off possession. Go look at Argentina, okay? If you have time, go look at Argentina, how they play.
This guy, and you know what, Maya, you're not the only one yet that's told me this. You know that, Anna.
Wait, let me land. Let me land.
don't
Let
have
me land.
internet.
Let
He
me
can't
land.
watch Argentina
Wait.
game. Sorry.
Okay.
No
Let me
internet.
just land.
No internet.
This guy was playing.
No, let him land. Let
attacking.
him land.
Okay, this guy was playing attacking central midfielder. He wasn't playing behind someone. When Pochettino used this guy, he used him as a pivot role, which actually it's lacking him. That's actually his weakness, because his weakness is actually slow. He can't recover properly. But when he loses the ball, he will never recover. That's why Caicedo was so isolated. Every time Enzo loses the ball, Caicedo had to go pick up Enzo's dirt. Then that also let his possession so isolated, and that's why our midfield was so open. Now, coming back to this season, we have Lavia back. We bought that Dewsbury Hall guy, bro. I'm telling you, bro, my Kim, if Maresca puts this guy on a proper position, bruh, Enzo Fernandez on a proper position as an 8, going to attacking as a 10, bruh, behind Lavia and Dewsbury Hall, bruh, this guy is going to give us GA, bro, not goals, but assists. This guy's gonna open the flanks, bro. Give him time. I'm telling you, give him time, bro. Please. Give him time. This guy has been put in the wrong position, and I've been saying this, bro.
He's a baller.
I won't say he's world class. He gets to that level. He's at that level where I could say he's good. He's a good Premiership player. He's actually good.
You can't say he's not world class. Someone who
Nah.
world, he's won the World Cup, so he's definitely a world class player.
But
Technically, not how that works.
but the fans have been butchering him because we've been using him in the wrong position, bro. I hate that. I hate it, bro.
Manager's been using him as like a deep lying playmaker.
Exactly, G. That guy's been pushed forward. We've been playing him behind, bro. Behind.
Deep breath from Makeem.
Bro.
Okay, you done.
So now,
you done.
Now, no, I'm not. Oh wait. So now,
here we go, Makeem,
bro.
Here we go, bro.
Makeem, bro. If we put this guy in the front, right, linking with Palmer and Nkunku together, bruh, you telling me you're not gonna see something there? Okay, just rest my case. That's my case, because I'm gonna defend this guy until he goes, and I want him when he leaves. I want him to go to Madrid or to Barcelona or to any other football club. So then when he goes there, he plays very good. Then he's gonna put that hater on the face and he's gonna say, "Yeah, you guys is a better footballer, bro."
He plays against Chelsea and score against Chelsea.
Thank you. He can ball better. He can ball better than other teams.
Then Makeem will regret he sold him. Makeem will regret he sold him.
He'll score 2 goals, guys, and then he'll set one up, and then that'll be it. We're done.
Then Makeem will be crying.
Bro,
Makeem will be crying.
Unfortunately, guys, I have standards. Never. Unfortunately, I'm not that easy. Yeah, you need to take me out to dinner. Yeah, you need to take me on trips. Yeah, I like to travel. Okay, yeah, I'm a lot harder than you lot. You lot are easy, bro. It takes a lot more than that.
Bro.
I'm sorry, I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced. I look at a play, mate. From the I look at Enzo Fernandez. See why everyone is against. I know one of the reasons. And I know you used this argument before, Makeem. And the one argument you said is because he's a World Cup winner. We're not seeing what we should be seeing of him because he's a World Cup winner. I get that. I can understand your debate on that. I really do. But having said that, I always try to be fair on players. He's come from a different league. Yeah, let's be real here. He didn't play in the Portuguese league for that long. I think he's moved from Argentina. He came from Argentina. He was only there for about 6 months. My understanding is in for Benfica, right? So he's not been in the club for that long. And Chelsea obviously gone and got him, and they paid a lot of money for him. And I keep saying this to you guys again about the price tag. What people got to take into consideration is Chelsea had this deal wrapped up for Enzo Fernandez at 75 million when Christopher Vivell was the one who got this deal over the line. The only difference is our owners didn't like it because it was a 5-year contract and not a prison year contract. Yeah, they wanted to get him on a 5-year contract and the offer that was offering that. So this is a reason.
DJ's trying to trigger me. You see what DJ's doing, guys?
I'm not triggering you, bruv. I'm not trying to trigger you, bruv. Honestly,
aggressive guy. Okay, all right then. When I start, all right then. Cool. All right.
I'm not going to trigger you, bruv.
And
I'm
then
not trying to trigger you.
someone will
I'm just
encounter
trying
you.
to. I'm just trying to make you see, because if you actually go and see it, it was stated out, and I think Stephen can go back on articles. A deal was agreed with Enzo Fernandez under Christopher Vivell when he was the one in charge of it, and he got him cheaper than what our owners decided. So all of a sudden, Egbali decided to get involved in the deal. We went and spent over the odds money for the guy, and he signed an 7-year contract. Yeah, so everyone's going to use that price tag on him, just like everyone was picking on poor Caicedo because of his price tag. And I kept on saying it. Lay off these guys. Yeah, these guys are going to perform. The price tag is going to get to them. And I think we only just saw yesterday, guys. And I don't mean to change subjects on here, but we saw yesterday. Caicedo already came out and said that even mentioned something about the price tag. It was a heavy price tag he came to Chelsea for. And because of that reason, he was getting a lot. He even said he was giving a lot of stick to the Chelsea fans, by the way, yesterday. Okay, because they were getting on his back in games. Now, I went to a lot of the Chelsea matches, and I never, ever heard Caicedo getting one bit of stick. Maybe Stephen might be able to elaborate on it. Did you hear any stick coming towards Caicedo when you was at Chelsea at matches? I never heard it either.
All you got at matches was whenever he made a silly mistake, you get your normal groans and ahs, what are you doing? But everyone gets that, because if you make a silly decision, you get that reaction. But there wasn't any abuse or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's all the social media people. That's what it would have been, is that people on social media would have been giving hate. Didn't he say his agent hired someone to basically help him out?
And then staff,
when he started,
He did.
He said, the stuff he said about it was all tactical at Brighton, and then at Chelsea it was run. I swear Kyle Walker came out recently, or not too long ago, and said very similar about Pochettino.
Yep, he did.
When he went to Man City, it was so different, whereas you work so hard under Pochettino in training, all the time, basically. Yeah. Which, it's not just Caicedo saying it, then, is it? It's people from Poch's old club, Tottenham.
Yeah, it's so true. But just going back, so I'm not checking. So just in case Makeem is saying I'm not coming away from the Enzo Fernandez chat, just to go back to it, that's what I was just saying. People should just give this guy. Don't go on him because of his price tag.
Let's wrap up on Enzo Fernandez. We can take one more. We can take 5 minutes on the others, then we can move on. We're already done, but I want to ask one more important question. Something that we haven't discussed yet. So, let's wrap up on Enzo Fernandez. DJ, go ahead, and Makeem will come in. Then we can move on to the next one.
No, I'm just done. I'm just waiting for McKean's comeback at me.
Makeem, you have anything you want to say on Enzo?
First of all, do you know how much sausage and syrup I had to make for this much waffle? That this is crazy. We need to understand Enzo Fernandez. I don't hate the player. I don't personally. All the reasons. The backstories. Is the reason why I don't want him sold, because it's gonna cause a ruckus. And personally, all I'm saying, is that we say give this player time. We bought him for 100 million, and we've given him 2 seasons already. I'm not saying we should sell him, but I'm saying we need to do something different about it than making him play 100% of the games. And for him to turn around after saying he's had the injury for 9 months, the unprofessionalism that comes with such a price, it's mad. If you're not going to come to par, at least give someone else a chance. We're saying he's going to cook behind Lavia, Lavia's a deep line player more than Enzo is. For the World Cup, we've seen Enzo play. He didn't even play that much, compared to our likes of McAllister. Every time, Maya, when I watch Argentina, you guys always tell me that I'm trying to defend Enzo, it makes me realize and it makes me remember, how we bought the wrong player. We should have bought the guy next to him. We should have bought McAllister. Every time I watch their games, it's annoying now. And I'm thinking to myself, how long are we going to carry on defending this player? When are we going to have realistic conversations on how he needs to have some type of rotation? Look how overloaded, our midfield is. Andre Santos to even get a game. Chukwemeka. Now we barely even use the player how we should, but we're going to get rid of him. We're adding on. And it's like
That's on Poch, bro. That's on Poch, though, bro.
Yeah, it's
not playing Chukwuemeka.
It's on Poch, yeah, but he's played on all the positions that we can think of in the midfield. We've tried it. It's taken 2 seasons. We can't carry on doing this. Koulibaly had very short months because he's in a crucial position. Enzo plays with a 6, crucial position. You can't move like that in that position.
All right.
There's no way.
Okay.
I
want to say something real quick.
Enzo was played a 6, an 8, a 10, like every position under the sun last year.
Let me say something real quick, then we can move on from there. I want to
just one quick thing, Nick. Sorry, just one quick thing, bro. Just one quick thing. I just want to say to Makeem, you know, you say he's been at Chelsea for 2 seasons.
Thank you very much, Maya.
It's actually half a season, one season and a half. If you're going to count that, because he only came in January, so he didn't play the full season at Chelsea in that way.
And it's mad because we're all saying it, that the problem is in the midfield, yeah. But then we're not even looking at rotating any of the players. We're just complaining about the problem and not actually doing anything, like actually want anything to happen.
Yeah.
It's like we just expect everybody else to play well whilst the midfield stays the same. We don't want to change Gallagher. We don't want to change Enzo. But then Caicedo, we're going to keep changing Caicedo, Lavia, everybody, every other 6 is around, but then the other 2 is going to remain the same. And then on top of that, we get Drewsbury Hall. How do we know Drewsbury Hall is not going to outperform? How do we know Drewsbury Hall is not going to outperform Enzo? This is what I'm trying to say.
He could do. As an argument to that, he could do. But then you don't know. And the same argument could be, how do we know that Enzo Fernandez is not going to come in and be the player that we all know he can be? There's that argument as well, isn't there?
Where we are, yeah, in the position that we are now, we don't have it. We need results now. This is why an Ivan Toney is good, because it gives time for Aguirre to grow. Meanwhile, we got a killer.
That I agree with.
We need killers for now. Enzo, we've given him. Come on, how many games he's played? Every game since he's come. We can't keep doing that.
Good lads, good guys. Thank you very much for all the updates on the Enzo Fernandez, all the discussions, all the debates back in front. DJ Sab, Stephen G, Makeem, everyone here in the house, and we have almost about 12 of us watching live, guys. If you're joining us here, if you're joining us here, thank you very much for joining us. The platform. My name is Nee. This is Blueclouds media channel, and the show's name is Football Minutes. We're discussing all this latest transfer rumors, as it's been players that have been linked to Chelsea and move away from Chelsea, and those that are going on loan. Loan army is what I call them. Castledine, Chelsea midfielder, looks like he will be leaving the football club, and also players like Diego Moreira and Angelo Gabriel and Santos and all these players. We don't know where they stand. A lot of them will be joining Enzo Maresca during preseason and see if they can be possible, if there's any possible for them to join the team for the upcoming season. Adeyemi has been linked to Chelsea. Also, who else did we talk about? I think we talked about Gallagher also being linked to Atletico Madrid out of the football club, but it doesn't look like it might happen. The price tag is very huge for Atletico Madrid. Will you make a swap deal between Gallagher and Joao Felix? Will you do that? Let us know if you're thinking of doing that. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. Chelsea Perspective, Phantom of Minute topic, I think I'll just say any. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. The show keep going. The one more thing we're gonna discuss. We're gonna take just 10 minutes on that topic. They're unveiling all the introduction of a new manager, as we see every season. The incoming new manager of Enzo Maresca has happened. I saw the introduction. I've seen the interview. I've taken my points and bits from that interview. I don't want to say a whole lot because I want to know where you guys stand. And listening to Enzo Maresca, I want to know what you guys have picked from the man, how meticulous, intelligent, and brilliant this guy is, and where you guys stand in terms of the way people have tagged him championship manager, which I don't like hearing that. I believe this guy is a manager that can take Chelsea to another level. You guys have listened to him. I'm going to start from Makeem. Then I'll go to Steven, then DJ Sav. Makeem, you've listened to Enzo Marascos. What did you take from this manager or your manager for the next maybe 2 years, if we should put it that way?
I see him. He seems professional, you know. He's got a bit of swag about him. You know, he's a bit younger, you know. I like that, you know. But he still has to show. He still has to show, you know, because this is a proven team, you know, in a proven league, you know. So he's gonna have to prove himself, and we're gonna have to give him that chance. Really, I don't really have a problem with anything at the moment. I just, when we see the games, then maybe we'll see eventually if there's any chinks in his armor, or if there's anything that you know, if we see remnants of the other managers, you know, because the aim now for these directors is to make sure, I'm sure that if they probably talk about this stuff, that we're not trying to repeat what we did the last year. We want to add on to what we already had, you know. So I hope he does well, you know. And if he doesn't do well, I will. You will definitely hear me out about it. The same way I was with Poch, yeah. And yeah, that's it really. Just give the new manager a chance and see what we can do.
Thank you very much, Makeem. Listening to Makeem. Makeem saw professionalism from him. He also saw young, youthful exuberance from the young coach. He also saw the swag from Mr. Enzo Marascos. Let me know what we go to DJ Sab, right? DJ Sab, you're next to go, right, DJ?
I think you said Stephen, but I can go if you want me to.
Okay, I'll go to Steven. Steven, you listened to Enzo Marascos. What did you take from him from that interview, Steven?
To be honest, it was just your usual stuff about how Chelsea's a big club. I see them as a big club and how it's about building a culture and stuff like that. But look, one of the things that I think is more telling in the interview is the clips we've seen from within training. He's very hands-on. That's good. We didn't really see that from Poch, from what I can recall anyway. So the fact that he's very hands-on is something that I really like. We saw, I think one clip was to do with like basically playing out. So I think it was a midfielder gets it, plays it back. The midfielder opens up his body to give the defender space to play the ball straight through. But he's explaining all these little intricate details to everyone. Like, he's not making his assistants do it. He himself is going and doing it, which is better because obviously it's his idea. You want it from the manager, right? Mm-hmm. That was the more telling thing than the interview. The interview was just the usual stuff you get from a manager, like what he wants. And the main thing that I did take from that was about wanting to be aggressive on the ball and off the ball was one of the main things for me that I did take from the actual interview. There was a bit about we want to be aggressive on the ball and we want to be aggressive off the ball. Okay, my only thing is, when you say aggressive, can we not have our players crunch into people and get sent off? That's the only thing I ask. Is the only type of aggressiveness I don't want. But outside of that, yeah, that was basically the only stuff I took from that. It was more to do with the training stuff that I took stuff from.
Thank you very much. Stephen G has spoken much about his manager, the up-and-coming manager, Enzo Marascos. He did outline certain key key words over here, which is big club. He did talk about how big the club is. Also, building a culture between Italy or the Italy as a country, and then also the Chelsea community. And also, he did talk about tactical approach, which he really liked about Enzo Marascos by listening to his interview. Let's go to DJ and let's know what DJ have to say regarding Enzo Marascos. DJ.
Yeah, I mean, most of the points have been covered by Steve and by Makeem, to be honest with you. I felt his interview came across confident. I felt obviously he's got you can tell he's got a swag about him. He's like, what he needs to do. Obviously, the same old lines we said, I think, before. We thought what we don't want to hear a manager saying is, oh, it's a big club. We know where Chelsea need to be. Da, da, da. Yeah, unfortunately, that line's going to be used on every manager that comes to a football club. Regardless if we don't want them to hear that, we just want them to obviously show the results in the field. And look, the one thing I'll say to you guys is, via one, what do all the managers that all the Italian managers have in common, apart from one, when they've come to Chelsea as managers? Do you know what that answer is, guys?
No, sir.
They've all won trophies apart from Claudio Ranieri. So it looks like, apart from Claudio Ranieri, Gianluca Vialli won. Obviously, we know what he won with us. He won the, I think he won the Cup Winners' Cup with us when he was manager. Obviously, you had Roberto Di Matteo, who came in. He won the Champions League and FA Cup. Then you had Conte. Obviously, you had Conte, who came in and won the Premiership. And then obviously you had, last but not least, Ancelotti, who came in and won the double with us as well. And then you also got what's his name? The last guy, the one we got from Napoli. So what did he come and do? He came and won. He came and won the Europa with us. So look, they all have something in common. These managers, Italian managers, when they come to Chelsea, it seems to be a liking between the Italian managers and connection at Chelsea. And we seem to always do well with these guys. So I'm going to go again and say the same thing about Maresca. I think under this guy, I think we'll do pretty well. I want to give this guy his chance. I've said it already. You know, I don't want to hear no fans coming at this guy should things not work out. Because as I said, you know, it'll all go back to, again, obviously he is in charge of all the footballing side of it all, but then you have to always go back to, these are the owners that the owners brought him in. They put him on a 5-year contract. Let him see through that contract if you're going to do that. Don't just give him a year. Tell him already, they're already demanding he has to finish 3rd or 4th already in his first season. If he doesn't do that, don't sack him. If they do achieve something, Chelsea, they're going to win a cup, say, and they do not say miss out on, say, a Champions League spot, but finish in the 5th spot, for example, then keep him on. Let the guy work for next season. That's all I'm going to say to this. So, you know, I trust in this guy. I think he'll come in and do a pretty good job for us. And people can go on about him being a championship manager, but let's be real here. A lot of these managers that do come over, they can come in and do a good job. And I don't see why he can't either. He's learned. Look at what he's learned from. He's learned from the likes of a Pep Guardiola. So he's learned from managers like that being as their assistant coach. So this guy has got swag about him already. We already know this. And let him just come and show this now to Chelsea fans and see what this guy can do. I'm actually quite confident with the season. And hopefully we can go on to do well under this guy.
Thank you very much, DJ Sub. DJ Sub, thank you very much.
He's a championship manager.
Yes, that's what people say.
No, I'm not serious on that.
But
the thing is, right?
But he's got nice suits, though. Have you seen his suits?
Yeah. Is that? I'm just going to quickly add one thing, right? It's all well and good saying about championship manager and all that, yeah? Can we also just point out that before Lampard came in, let's be fair, his first season when he had academy players was good, yeah? He'd only been at Derby. He hadn't been an assistant or anything, whereas Maresca, assistant to one of the best managers there's been, and he's been in the championship, so he's got managerial experience. He had, a bad spell, I think it was Palermo or something in Italy. Okay, that was a bad spell, but learning experiences, yeah? My point is, he's actually got experience as a manager. He's been an assistant under one of the best, yeah? And that don't always translate, yeah? But let's give him a chance because we've not seen how he's going to set us up, right? His Leicester team came to Stamford Bridge with 10 men and nearly beat us. Let's not forget that. Because that's another thing that should be pointed out. Our championship manager, they went toe-to-toe with us. Okay, we had a bad season, but you'd still make the argument, player for player, we're significantly better, arguably, in most positions. So even though, yes, we're having a bad season, we should have still beat them. But they had 10 men and made it a game and made it difficult. So to say he's just a championship manager is very disrespectful.
I agree with you, Stephen. Thank you very much, Stephen G. Rich Moneymaker, big up to you, my brother. I hope you're keeping well. Rich Moneymaker said a big up to the legends of the panel. And we are not selling Cucurella from my contact. And I'm back on Twitter. My handle's name is Layton at Rich Money Maker 22. And everyone hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, Rich Money Maker. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show each and every day. All Italian managers have won well, according to DJ. And Rich Money Maker, he's referring to what DJ said. I listened to DJ.
Just one thing, Nee. Just one thing for you, Nee. As I said it, and I'll say it again. I don't trust in the owners. Before I carry on, one thing I trust in the Chelsea players, and I also trust in the small project they did with these owners. And so anyone thinking I've gone and with these owners, I haven't. I'm just backing my club and backing the players. Apart from Stanley and Stewart in that coaching staff as well, I'm not backing them guys. But anyway,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, DJ. We got 14 or 15 of us watching live on YouTube. If you're one of us and you haven't ever tuned into this platform before and listened to us discuss football, my name is Nee, and the show name is Football Menace. Channel name is Blueclouds Media channel. So yes, if you're first time, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and then you can share the video. Also, everyone is welcome. We're not just welcoming Chelsea fan. Your channel is sports channel, so whoever you like sports, be on that platform. Let's hear you out at this moment. So yes, we are discussing the manager that will be taking Chelsea through next season. I should put it that way, next season, and taking them through pre-season. I was trying to know the fans' opinion, the fans' view on this manager. They tag him to be a championship manager. I don't know what that means, but I don't know if there's something like a championship manager, Division 1 manager, or Premier League manager. What I know is they all go for their courses and become managers. So yes, that's how I see it. And listening to DJ's talk about he elaborate on Italians taking the job at Chelsea and winning trophies. So they are serial winners. Italians are serial winners at Chelsea Football Club, which I do agree with him. You look at Gianluca Vialli. He won a lot with Chelsea. Di Matteo FA Cup and Champions League. First time Chelsea ever won the Champions League. It was by an Italian manager. We also saw what Carlo Ancelotti did when Roman Abramovich, after he placed second in that season, he sacked him at Everton. Did not even wait for him, this man, to get to Cobham. He just sacked him. That was very, very bad. But never mind. We still move on from there. So DJ outlined the trophy serial winners Italians that come to Chelsea. This is what I was expecting from you guys, and none of you ever said it. The language barrier. The language. It's going to be a possibility from what's his name, Pochettino all the time. I can't understand his press conference, but this guy, English is more fluent, and you can hear the words from him. So it'll be very, very interesting to hear him during press conferences and stuff like that. And one also, what he said is trying to improve the players means that you improve the whole entire team, which is something I didn't hear much from Mauricio Pochettino beginning when he took over. And he also said trust in the process, which we all know. Trust in the process, something that we all
know our fans are having a meltdown over that.
But
so something that's very, very interesting. I listen to him saying it
on X, bro. On X, it's all been like that. Twitter, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bro, it's so annoying going on there sometimes. Like sometimes I try to stay away from it because I'm like, I just know every little comment is getting overly judged. When all he means is we go build something. Yeah. Just give us a bit of time and it'll come. Yeah. But everything has to be the smallest detail. Like, it's not that big a deal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not saying trust the process, we'll get there in 20 years. It's just in terms of there's something being built here, but everything being built needs time, essentially.
That's right. Okay. Thank you. And thank you, guys. Really, guys, I really appreciate each and everyone that is watching. It's been a very, very fascinating and entertaining sports show. Yes, we are your broadcasters on YouTube. My name is Nee Stephen G, and the legends listening and watching, and in the panel we have I Want to Love You Forever, who's been a legend forever. She's I got two queens of this platform. She's number one. She said, "Hello, Nee Zion. I hope you and your family are well. Welcome everyone on the panel, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Big up to her.
JC said, "Where is Chelsea done?" Chelsea done right now. Looks like he's been very, very busy for a while, but yeah, just Chelsea done. We'll get him on soon. Rich Moneymaker said, "Big up to I Want You to Love You Forever." And how are you doing, according to Rich Moneymaker? Big up, legend JC, and I'm back on Twitter. I tried to look for you by the name that
I found him.
You found him. All right. Since
Yeah.
Steven found you, then we'll share the information, and then I'll
share that info with Steve as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
So guys, that's
it,
what we're creating a family at this point. We're creating a very, very good family over here, and the numbers keep rising. We're getting close to our 4K. We're getting close. It's been a long journey, but due to some few illness that I had, it put me a setback a little bit. But there's nothing that we cannot achieve in life. We will get to 4K, 5K, 6K, 10K, 20K, 50K, 60K, then 1 million. That is my target. Big up to I want to thank each and every one of you. Stephen G, I don't know how much I can thank him for all the wonderful things you do. DJ Sab also.
I've sent it in the private chat for you guys to find, and then
Makim himself also representing live. We discussed Enzo Marasco, the guy in the picture. Is the guy we were just discussing what your manager is like, what you do expect from your manager. And it looks like everyone, he's creating a very good atmosphere at Stamford Bridge. And one thing I like about him is his presentation. A lot of people talk professionalism. He's right. A young and youthful exuberance is within him. The swag that he brings on. I don't see that from Mauricio Pochettino. The way this guy is going to dress, probably you're going to see that Pep Guardiola vibes, that kind of stylish swag, the dressing during.
And so Enzo's got the nice suits, man.
Yeah.
He's got the nice suits, man.
Like Arteta, right? Like
Arteta didn't have that. Yeah.
But do you know something, guys? When he was presenting himself, like what he was trying to say, that I learned a bit from this guy, I learned a bit from this guy. He said he didn't say I learned from this guy alone, and I'm using their method. He said I took a piece from here, I took a piece from there, molded.
He sounded like he said something else.
Yeah, I mold all what I learned from these guys into my own way, modify into my own coaching. You get what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like Arteta who is implementing whatever he's learned from Pep Guardiola. You get what I'm saying? But this guy has learned from a lot of people. Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola, who many of them, I can't even remember all of them, but many of them. So brilliant. We got a good coach on our hands. I don't care if it's coming from Division 2, Sunday League team.
Okay, let's not take the mick and go down to Sunday League, yeah?
Let's just go beyond.
I'm gonna head off you guys.
I think you're doing a better job than our man.
Peace out. Peace
out, bro. Big up to you.
Hey, Makin, take care. I'll catch you up some other time, brother.
Up the
all right,
brother.
It's been interesting. We're gonna hop off from here. We're gonna draw the curtains, but I want to thank you all watching live on YouTube. 14 of you watching live on YouTube. Thank you, and be a part of the show tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow. Let me take a few words from Steven. We'll go to DJ, and then we'll call it a day.
All I'm really gonna say, the usual stuff of we're streaming on X, but if you're over there, come over to YouTube. Like the stream over here, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. If you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, then obviously do that as well. And if you think you're subscribed, double check, because YouTube can be a bit dodgy with this stuff sometimes, and it randomly unsubscribes you from channels.
Let me say this way: YouTube can be a bitch.
I was trying not to use any terms.
I know you don't want to use. I don't want to use it either. But YouTube, you're a bitch.
Oh man,
YouTube can be a bitch. All right, so please make sure you keep the bell notification icon active so you don't miss anything. Because YouTube is a bitch. All right, let's go to DJ.
Yeah, Nee, thanks as always for having me on. As always, it's great coming and chatting to you guys. I call you guys what we call legends. I think you guys are legends coming on here doing streams every day. It's excellent, and
when we're not people stopped by YouTube.
Yeah, when you're not stopped by YouTube, yeah. But other than that, when you guys are on here, you get a chance to get everyone to come onto the streams and have their say and make the community is always great. And keep up the good work, guys. Up the Chelsea. Everyone in the comments, you guys know what to do. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys on the next stream if you guys are going to do another one with bringing people into live, coming onto here again when you guys are next live again.
Thank you, TJ. Guys, I'm gonna round off right now. Thank you all, DJ Sab, Makeem, Maya, Stephen G, as usual. I want to love you, the crew, Phantom of Minute Topic, all of you, 17 of you watching us live, wherever you are watching us from. Next time, let us know if you're watching us from which part of Africa, East Africa, South America, North America, Asia, wherever we are watching us from. We really appreciate your time with us, and we'll come back more with tomorrow, more news. Yes, Ben Chilwell has been linked to a move away from Chelsea to Manchester United. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. So it's been nice, like I say, Lil Desperandons, like I always say,
hang on to hope.
Hang on to hope.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye bye for now.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.